Hi Queens, Sam here. I hope that you're doing amazing. In my video today, I wanted to give you a final update of my money goals for 2024. If you have been following my channel for a little while, you do know that I have set up 5 money goals for 2024. I have also provided some updates throughout the year. And so my video today is to give you a final update on how I did on those money goals. I'm sure some of you already have a hint, but let's go through them. The first one that I had was to actually save $10,000 in my savings account, and I failed. I think right now I have like 1,500 in my savings account, which is kind of like a bit of a cushion for me. So I failed at that particular goal. My second goal was essentially contributing $7,000 to my tax-free savings account. So if you live in Canada, I hope that you're familiar with the tax-free savings account. And I'm not sure also if you know how powerful that account is, but if you don't know about it, I will strongly suggest that you actually grab a replay of the Wealthy Black Women Summit 2024, which happened on November 16 this year, because we talked about the most powerful retirement account. And yes, spoiler alert, for Canada, it is the tax-free savings account. So you strongly, you really wanted to actually go ahead and grab a replay of the summit because you also get other amazing sessions, but you will definitely learn more about the TFSA and really know how to actually leverage that particular account for your retirement essentially. So I wanted to put $7,000 in my tax-free savings account, and I fell at that one as well. I did not put a cent in my tax-free savings account this year. As a matter of fact, I had to withdraw a little bit of money from my tax-free savings account throughout the year for home repairs. And so that did not happen. The third money goal that I had was to contribute a total of 7,500 into my kids' register education savings plan. And so that actually happened. So I'm very, very happy about that because it's important for me to be able to save money and contribute to the future of my kids, especially when it comes to education. So I was able to actually do that. And also, for us in Canada, when we contribute $2,500 each year to a registered education savings plan, which we call RESP, the government also gives us a bonus of $500. So I did not want to leave that free money on the table, and so my kids will get an extra 1,500 in total into the RESP. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy that I was able to get that done. The fourth money goal that I had was to increase my business income by $30,000. That did not happen, unfortunately, and I know exactly why it did not happen. Just because I did not put as much time as I should have into my business. So there was no surprise about that. I am not surprised or negatively surprised. I saw that coming. I saw the writing on the wall that I was not going to meet that particular goal. And so the fifth goal that I had was to repay my debt. I started the year with $9,000 in debt, and my goal was to pay off that debt by the end of the year. So I totally failed at that one as well. As a matter of fact, my debt increased. I'm currently sitting at a $21,000 debt spread between two of my line of credits. So one of them is interest only, which is nice. The other one I have to pay 2% of the balance each month. So the payment is fine, but really I hate the debt and I want the debt to be gone. So there you have it. Out of 5 goals, I actually only succeeded at one, and the fourth, 4 of them I actually failed. What am I taking from this? I'm taking a lot of lessons. That is the way that I'm saying it. I am not sad, I'm not mad, I'm not disappointed. I'm taking a lot of lessons from this. The first lesson that I'm taking is I am someone who's very positive, optimistic about life in general and about things. And so that reflects a lot in the way that I set my goals. And maybe I tend to be overly optimistic about things. And so I'll set like very, very ambitious goal, almost setting myself for failure. But, with a lot of personal work throughout the year, I've learned to actually be able to sit and reflect on things. And those goals that I set up at the beginning of this year's were very optimistic. There are a lot of things that I did not take in consideration. The first thing is I was going back to work in February. And with going back to work from mat leave, that means that I needed to find daycare for my twins. And in my mind, I thought that I would be able to find a subsidized daycare for them. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So I had to put them in a private home daycare for 6 months, and I had to pay out of pocket. And for 6 months, I was paying total daycare, which was way higher than my mortgage. And I did not plan for that at all. And me getting into more debt just to be able to afford daycare because I had to go back to work. At one point, I even considered taking a leave without pay from work and being at home with my kids. But then I realized that it was almost like the same, right? I will still have to uh, rely on a bit of debt for my living expenses. So I decided just to continue working and crossing my fingers that eventually I'll get a subsidized daycare, which happened in September. So I was super happy about that. So from February to September, they were in a private home daycare. Amazing daycare, but definitely very expensive for me. And the lady was so nice that when she saw that I needed to actually place two kids, she gave me a discount. So I was paying like $10 less each day. But even with that, I was paying, I think, with my oldest, because the three of them were in daycare until September when my oldest started kindergarten. For the three of them, I was paying $2,400 in daycare each month. Again, way higher than my mortgage. And I'm a single person, single income, and so many other things to pay. So that's where my debt increased. So I did not plan. I did not even think that there was a possibility of me not getting into a subsidized daycare. So that was the first thing. The second thing is I actually thought that I will have time to work on my business, probably the way that I had time last year to work on my business. But last year I was on mat leave and my twins were still babies, right? They were not crawling, they were not walking, they were not running. Right now they're running all over the place. And so taking care of two babies, even if it's a lot of work, it's much easier than taking care of like two toddlers who are like completely mobile, getting into trouble, climbing on things. You don't have that much time, right? And at the same time, also, my days were busy with work for the most part from Monday to Friday. And come evening, after the kids are, the kids are fed, and then I give them their bath, and then in bed, I am done. I am exhausted. I don't have that energy to go back and try to record a video or whatnot. I just don't have that energy. I try a little for a little while, but the videos were like awful. I will watch myself and I'll be like, I cannot put this out, even if I don't care that much about always be putting makeup and be like all fancy, or just like, no, woman, you cannot put that kind of video out. So a lot of videos that I've recorded at night, that after, when I watch them before actually publishing them, I've decided not to do it. And so I realized that I did not have that much time to be recording videos or even working in the in the back end on various things that I really wanted to put in place for my business. So I did not account for that. The other thing that I did not account for is essentially, now that for my work I have to go in the office 3 days a week. And so having to go in the office 3 days a week, even if I'm very diligent, I bring my lunches, I bring my snack, I rarely, if not never, buy anything when I go to work, except if we have like a team outing, we go to a restaurant or whatnot. I'm not gonna be like, did they be down there and be like, no, I'm not going with you guys. I also enjoy socializing with my coworkers, so I'll go for things like that. But otherwise, I'm bringing my lunch, I'm bringing my snack, I'm bringing pretty much everything from home. And so having to actually go to in the office 3 days a week, drive the kids to daycare, all of those things, I wasn't doing that last year, right? So that's definitely has increased my expenses. And when I was doing my budget, I did not realize, right? Because going into the office 3 days a week, that means I need to pay for parking, I'm gonna be paying for extra gas, more maintenance on my car, a lot of things like that, right? So it's all of those little things that I just did not consider. So all of that, and mainly those are the three things that I could think of really why I wasn't able to actually put a dent into my debt and increase my savings and put money in my TFSA the way I wanted, and also increase my business income. It was really because my life, my reality in 2024 was significantly different from my reality in 2023. That's just what it is. And so I set up those money goals looking backward, but not so much forward when I actually set them up. So guess what? When I'm gonna do my video for 2025, I'm going to be looking forward to 2025 and already account for what are the major changes that I'm already seeing happening and really making sure that I'm gonna be setting money goals, not that are going to be easy to achieve, but that are going to be more realistic. Because I really think that when I set up the money goals for 2024, I was overly optimistic, and that's why I did not meet all of them. I actually barely met two of them. I only met one of them. But like I said, I have taken a lot of lessons from that, and that applies to a lot of things in our life, right? So when we plan for things, sometimes we really tend to look backward, but really we should be looking forward and be like, okay, what am I seeing happening in the next year, in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years, and based on that, set up our goals. Most likely that will help us to be able to achieve those goals. There you have it. So let me know in the comments, how did you do with your money goals for 2024? I'm curious to know. Let me know in the comments. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, do share with anyone that you know. Listen, share with anyone that you know who maybe they beating themselves because they haven't made their money goal. You can be like, look at this girl. She only met 1 out of 5 and she is like laughing and like I'm really so not bummed about that. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not bummed about that at all. I'm super happy about my year. So many things have happened in this year, which were great and everything. We are all alive and healthy. Listen, money goals, fine. you know, we'll see it and we'll think about them again, and we'll come back with new money goals for 2025. So stay tuned. And until next time, keep on building wealth. Bye.